Hello everybody, this is Madiha reporting love from Amman. I am currently in our community space called Utopia, one of the most beautiful energies in Amman, and I wanted to share this video with you from here so that I can channel and share some of that energy with you wherever you are in the world. If you haven't already clicked subscribe on my YouTube channel, then I invite you to take a moment now to click the button so that you can stay in tune, aligned and connected with this flow of videos that I'm going to be creating week after week, supporting you in your journey of awakening. Today I wanted to share with you the 5 lessons that I've learned in my 1 year of launching my business. Last year, around August this year, I left my job at Mind Valley where I was working in the marketing team. And the first thing I knew I wanted to do as soon as I left, I created my page, Madiha Coaching, on Facebook. And I knew from that point that I wanted to start coaching. Now, in a year's worth of coaching and content creation and healing and evolving and learning more about myself and my passion and my contribution to society, I learned a lot. And what I want to do today is share with you a bit of this journey so that I can discount this whole 1 year journey for you to just learn the things that I had to learn the hard way. Okay? The first thing I learned in this journey is patience. I remember when I launched my page and I was already committed to creating weekly videos, there was a sense in the beginning that nobody was engaging or liking or passionate about the content I was creating, and I knew it was really good. So there was a bit of a disappointment when 2 or 3 people would like my video or share it or leave a comment, and a sense of, I'm meant to be doing more. In my previous job, in my previous experiences, I had been really high up on the ladder and also really high up in my own self-understanding. And so to go back to being a newbie in something felt a bit of a crushing to my ego, and I had to allow that. I had to allow that because now I have people in the hundreds engaging and liking and sharing and really passionate about the content I share. And so the lesson of patience is a really important one because it really allows you to stick to it, to stick and stay committed and keep creating, because eventually if you give yourself 6 months, 7 months, 1 year, people will start engaging, especially, or of course, if and only if your content is actually good. But I know that if you have the passion and you have the trust in that message that you're here to share, then odds are your energy is there. And so all it takes is a bit of patience to get to the next level. Number 2, heal your money wounds. When I started to do all this spiritual consciousness stuff, it was many years ago, about 4 years ago. And for many years, I really had a resentment of money. I didn't like what it was doing to the people around me, including my family. I didn't like how the world was operating with money. I didn't like how people put price tags on everything and art and life and hours, and there was a bit of a disgust with that world of money. And so for many years I lived on my savings. I had saved a whole bunch of money from my job, and I traveled and did courses and all this, and eventually the savings ran out, and I was realizing that I either go back to my job or I find a way to make this life path consistent and sustainable. And in the beginning it just wasn't working because I didn't really want money, because I really didn't believe that this energy that I was giving was something I could put a price tag on. And then as I went deeper into that, let's say, belief, and deeper into how I was relating with money and the kind of thought forms that were appearing in my interactions with money, then I learned that there were a lot of wounds to heal, because money in and of itself is neutral. So anything that had come in as a part of my narrative and my, let's say, relationship to money was something that I had either inherited from my family, from my community, from school, from my culture. And so I had to really re-examine my relationship to money, and that's why my money healing was a big part of my empowerment. Because once I started to charge for coaching and I started to charge for the work I was offering, and it started with just shamanic breathwork sessions that I was giving, and I no longer was doing them for free, something felt good. It felt like I was giving and I was also getting something in return. And many people believe that in this world of consciousness and spirituality, what you get in return is minimal, but that's not true. That's a belief as well, because what we're giving in this field, in the field of awareness and consciousness and coaching and evolution and empowerment and all this stuff, it's the biggest gift you can give someone. And if you've already done your inner work, because at the end of the day, that's the value that you're giving, how far you've come from where you were before and how much you've learned. And so what you share is not just an hour's worth. So it's not even charging per hour. It's actually all the value and experience and knowledge that you carry in your very being through that exchange. And so when I learned to heal the money beliefs, I really took myself to the next level. I was able to create more packages that allowed me to feel good about myself and that allowed me the freedom and, let's say, the luxury that I want in my life as well. And so when you tap into that field, you realize that when you do your passion, you can also be very, very well off. And that is a liberating thought, because most people think I do what I love as a hobby and I have to do work, and that's what my mom told me my whole life, and that's not true. You can do what you love and really have that lifestyle that you wish and desire. Third lesson I learned, and this is really, really important: at the root of your business, at the root of your content, at the root of what you have to share with the world, in this awakened, inspired, that's the key word, model, is your inspiration. So the key is for you to stay inspired, keep taking courses, work with a coach, allow yourself to feel that spirit of inspiration. And inspiration, in fact, comes from a Latin word which means to breathe life into. So the more you're inspired, the more you're surrounded by inspiring people, the more you're able to keep breathing life into your being, the more you have to offer. So that is a really, really important note to keep in mind, because when you are inspired, then people will feel inspired by you. And that is what you are offering, contributing. It's inspiration, it's aliveness. People want to feel more alive. So your first job is for you yourself to be more inspired, for you yourself to be more healthy, for you yourself to know what you're about before you start to, say, oh, I want to be a coach, for example, for people. Or before you say, I want to change the world. Your first job is to make sure you've changed yourself enough to align with your passion, to stay inspired. Number 4 that I learned in my year of growing a successful business: stay around inspiring people. People either lift you or they pull you down. Very few people are people who can keep you neutral or where you are. So the more you're surrounded by people, for example, who are lazy or uninspired or negative, the more you will be the product of that environment. You are the result of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the more you surround yourself with inspiring people, the more you surround yourself with people who can lift you up and enlighten you and share their knowledge, and you can share your knowledge with them, then that inspirare, that aliveness also gets to grow. So be a part of a community that really believes in this work, that really believes in you, that really believes that the world is growing and evolving, and in that way you can feed your soul and you can field your fire and you can feed that confidence you have to really believe in yourself, and that really takes a lot of work. Number 5, and perhaps this is the most important lesson I learned, which is believe in yourself. It took me a while to believe in myself. It took me a while to know the value of what I was offering, because most of my life that was just something I gave for free, and that was just something that I thought everybody had. Everybody has this passion and aliveness and desire to keep growing and learning, and whatever those values were that I was adding, I thought they were just a given that everybody had them. And I realized that actually they were quite unique and they were quite relevant to my own soul's journey. And so the more I believed in my gifts, the more I believed in my presence, the more I believed that what I have to offer can change and help people in their lives, the more I could upgrade the quality of my work. Because at the end of the day, if you don't believe in your work, if you don't believe in yourself, then who's going to believe in you? And every person who doesn't believe in you will be reflecting a part of you that doesn't believe in you. And that's what happened with me. Because when I started this journey, it was very unfamiliar and alien to the people around me, be they the people I was working with or my family who thought I was going crazy or whoever. And so they start to reflect the part of you that's saying what the fuck am I doing? Why am I singing Kumbaya in a circle? Because that's how I started, with singing song circles, sacred song circles. And so your belief in yourself is really, 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 really key to your full radiance in this soul-aligned business, because believing in yourself will allow you to feel fully in the flow and fully in contribution mode. And once you believe in yourself, that's when the confidence comes. And confidence comes really from just taking bold action, step after step after step. And some people think they want the confidence before they take the step. But trust me, the more you take courageous steps, the more you are able to confidently step into the new, the unfamiliar, the thing that stirs your curiosity and your passion, the more the confidence itself will build. And if you need a little help with that, I did create a meditation, a guided shamanic meditation journey for you to activate that courage from within. All you have to do is click the link above and you will receive the meditation in your inbox. That was a lot, I know, and I want to share more and more every week. I want to share content that really inspires you and is useful to you and allows you to step into your awakened womanhood. And again, awakened womanhood is all about wholeness. She is liberated, she is free, she is expressive, she is confident. And for you to become that woman that you imagine yourself to be, it takes inner work, it takes courage, it takes action, it takes really fulfilling more and more of this voice in your head that's telling you and guiding you in specific places. Listen to that voice. Learn these lessons that people have learned before you and allow yourself to be surrounded by people who are inspiring and inspiring you. The more you commit yourself to these and the more you allow yourself to receive these gifts from your environment and from your inner world, you will day by day become more and more of awakened woman. Thank you for listening. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, just click the link below, share it with your friends, allow this movement to grow so that more and more women in the world, and particularly in the Arab world, can really tune in to the awakened woman frequency. I send you all the love and I will see you soon.